Greetings viewers, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, unfortunately we don't have a repair video. I know I try to get a repair video to you every Sunday or at least once a week, but I've been super busy this week and really haven't had anything to work on, haven't really put thought into even making a demonstrational video for a repair. Hopefully get back on schedule come next week. Not sure how well that's going to work out because I think it's supposed to rain all week solid and probably going to get rained out. As you know, right now I'm filming all my videos outside because I'm not in a shop, but I am at this time planning on building a shop, and I'm actually in the process now of getting everything together for that. I've been wanting to build a shop here on the farm for at least a decade now, and things are finally in motion where it looks like I'll finally be able to do this. So far, I've already contacted the steel building company, and I've already got the blueprints and estimate for the building. It's a 50 by 100 by 16. I know a lot of you are thinking that's a gigantic hobby shop, but this is going to be, an agricultural building for the main part. It's going to house my tractors, my farm equipment, the D2 Caterpillar bulldozer that I bought last year. If you're subscribed to my other channel, At Home on the Farm, which I haven't really posted much on there in the last 8 months or so. I filmed some stuff, but I haven't really got it out and on the channel. Things have been a little hectic, and trying to keep this channel going and get a video out every week or 2 videos out a week, and trying to get the second channel going has been a struggle. So I'm gonna try to get back on that other channel here very soon. Get back to working on the renovation on the brick house, start the renovation on the double wide trailer, and more videos of just working the farm. Last week we baled hay, sold hay. The last 3 days I was opening up, building a driveway and hanging gates and stringing barbed wire fence. And it's rained every single afternoon just about the last 4 or 5 days, when that's normally when I film my repair videos, just because it's, let's see, we're right at July now, and it is super hot, humid, and disgusting feeling to be outside at any point during the day other than after 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's when we've been getting rain. So I've been rained out on making repair videos. I was thinking about doing some talking point videos in front of the green screen, but you guys really don't like the green screen. So I might just do some talking point videos out in the yard somewhere like I am now. Luckily under the little bit of shade I have here at noon. So back to the building, we gonna try to put up, if I can remember how to get it out of the email, the basic layout of the building. As I said, it's 50 by 100 by 16. I'm looking at both steel buildings and a pole barn. I've got the estimate from the steel building company. It's gonna be like $37,000 for the building delivered and dropped off as a giant erector set for me and my buddies, or me and some people I hire and rent a crane to put together. The concrete contractor came out to the farm I believe Tuesday or Wednesday. It's hard to keep track of my days now, everything runs together. And he looked at that. He's getting the estimate together for me on the pad. If I remember right, it's gonna be about 6 inches thick. It might be a little bit thicker than that because we are gonna have automotive lifts. We're gonna have heavy equipment, like I said, the bulldozer, things of that nature in there. And I don't want it cracking or having any issues with the concrete, because I know that's gonna be tens of thousands of dollars at this point, but again, waiting on his price, so not sure exactly what it's going to be. I'm just going off of estimations for national averages and things of that nature for concrete work by square footage. So, got a big chunk of change coming out of my pocket here soon, and waiting for the pole barn people to come out and give me an estimate. Still waiting on that. I'd rather have the steel building, but here where I'm at, I have to pull a permit for a steel building. For a pole barn, I do not. Although I believe I got to pull a permit if I plan to put electricity in the pole barn, which I will be doing, because it will be, eventually down the road will be an automotive shop as well as an agricultural building. So, talking on and on and on. So that's the plan so far. I'd planned to get this ball rolling back in the beginning of the year, but everything that's happened so far this year, we're just now getting into the planning and setup stage. I might have it built by the end of the year. I might wait and hold on because of the way things are right now. I don't know if I want to go into that kind of debt. I'm looking at probably between $80,000 and $100,000, no matter which way I go with this thing, after everything's said and done, built, lifts put in, and everything I want to do. As I said, it's going to be an agricultural building for the main part, or at least half of it. I plan to, once this is up and running fully, I know a lot of you have emailed me, left comments and stuff. You viewers that are in South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, that were, you know, within driving distance of me, wanting me to work on your car. I will be opening up as a full-time shop to the public once I get this building up and going. And as well, I will be taking my Subaru collection that's been sitting around. A lot of you have griped at me for letting them rot and fall apart. I've got good reason for that. Like I said, in the 2 Subaru tour videos at this point, I have usually $200 to $500 tied up in any single one of the vehicles. So once I have the building up, I'll have a place to bring the cars in, fully dismantle them, go over what parts are good, not good. I do plan on setting up, well, I have an eBay store set up, but hello, Mr. Rabbit. Thanks for scaring me. I do plan on doing a Subaru parts recycling store on eBay, or perhaps just through PayPal and requests through email. But plan to get that going. Ton of stuff hinges on getting this building up. So, you know, it's a hurry up and wait scenario with anything in life. I've heard at this point to put aside some money to get started on it. But now it's hurry up and wait for a quote, hurry up and wait for a quote. Then once that's done, you know, hurry up and wait to start on the process, hurry up and wait on getting financing and all that. So it's all in the works, and hopefully very, very soon, at least by the end of the year, we will have a place where I will be out of the great outdoors and inside with nice shop lighting and lifts. And we can do some bigger projects like I've talked about for years. We can do comparisons of all the EJ, EZ, EG, and FAFB engines. We can do full teardowns and rebuilds. We can finally pull the transmission on the SVX and rebuild it, or 5-speed, 6-speed swap it. I still haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna do a 444 automatic swap or if I'm gonna do a manual transmission swap. But the SVX is definitely getting back on the road. It's set for far too long, and tired of seeing it being neglected sitting. Try to get back on to every other project I've got sitting, mainly the ones that require a lift and are too much work for me to do on jack stands in the driveway here at the farm. So all that's coming. So been talking for like 9 minutes now, enough of that. So let's get into some interesting stuff. So on the video on the Milwaukee M12 right angle impact, that video shot off like a bottle rocket. I think at the time of making the video today, I think I got right at 50,000 views. I didn't expect it to take off quite that big. I thought, you know, maybe a couple thousand views from my regular viewers and all, but it being a new tool and me luckily getting my hands on it very soon with the pre-order from Acme Tools, you know, I was able to review it as one of the first reviewers. So a lot of people asked about why I didn't try to use it on larger fasteners, why I didn't try to use it on a crank bolt, things of that nature. 220 foot-pounds of breakaway torque is not that great, especially on a 3/8 anvil. That tool is not designed for that kind of work. It is designed for an 8mm headed fastener till about a 19. Crank bolt's 22 mil, and I think it's torqued to about 160 foot-pounds normally. I know there was I think that was the old specification, and newer ones, they want you to degree it rather than put an actual torque on it. But so I've got a setup with an EZ30D, the same one we took some bolts loose on in the first video. I don't have a 22mm 3/8 drive socket. I've got a 21 and a 24. For some reason, Snap-on does not like to give you a 22 in the set. So I've got a 22 1/2-inch drive with a 3/8 to 1/2-inch adapter. So we're gonna try to take the crank bolt out, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna do it. Not ragging on Milwaukee, it's just that's not the kind of work that this tool was designed for. So we're gonna try that, and as well we're gonna talk about another toy I got recently, and it is this. This is the Fuel 3/4-inch impact with 1 key. This is not a new tool. This tool's been out for 2, maybe 3 years at this point, but it was on special the other day on Home Depot. I put up a video about that. It was the 3/4, 1/2-inch, 3/8 gun, and a couple other things like the router and brushless jigsaw, things of that nature, where you could get them for a ridiculously low price. I think I got the $160 router for like 85 bucks when the deal was done. I think this is normally 300 bucks. I think I got it for 180 something, 190 something. So it was a pretty great deal. It was actually just a glitch in Home Depot system, but they honor glitches like that. So probably gonna go through and show off the power of this thing a little bit, knocking some 1.5, 2-inch fasteners loose on the tractors and the bulldozer, just to show what kind of kick it's got. We're gonna go try to take off that crank pulley bolt on the EZ30 with the right angle impact. Might try to do some suspension bolts, things of that nature. If I feel like it. I know I'm about to roll sweat as soon as I get out of this shade and head over there to where the Subaru is, but got to get you guys some kind of content to watch this week. So that said, let's go ahead and get at it. All right, so let's see how the right angle impact holds up against a crank bolt. We do have a fully charged, or basically fully charged, XC60 on here. This is the same fully charged 6.0 I used in the other video. We're still showing full bars, but it is not 100% topped up. I'll go ahead and remove the protective cover. Not quite sure why the EZs had this cover over their crank pulley bolt. I guess it's because they were a little bit closer to the radiator than the EJs. All right, so there's our 22 mil. We have not touched it. As you saw, all the corrosion and junk on those bolts for the cover has not been off. So let's see what we got. Here goes nothing, but again, this is outside of the range of what this tool is designed for. So if it doesn't break it off, it's not gonna affect me in any way, because I'm pretty sure that's not what this thing is meant to do. So let's give it a shot and see what it does. And yes, we are in number 3, the highest torque reading output. And I'm not gonna keep reefing on it. It's done got hot, and we've done gone down to just gone down to 3 bars. So as you see, it's not gonna take it off of there. If this was the 1/2-inch drive version with the 1/2-inch anvil and we were using the 1/2-inch socket, it may have a slight advantage because we're not losing torque through that adapter. But I still don't believe it would be enough to knock loose a 22 mil crank pulley bolt that is, as I said, torqued to about 160 foot-pounds. Again, though, I'm not upset at the tool for that, because that is outside of the scope of what this tool is meant to be used for and what it's designed to do. So now that we've got that out of the way, do we think that the high torque, or let me rephrase that, the mid torque 3/8 impact regular gun will do that? That is a 600 foot-pound breakaway gun, I believe 400 working torque. Absolutely love that gun. It blew my CT8810 Snap-on out of the water. That gun, I think, only has 210 or 240 foot-pounds, really underpowered compared to the Milwaukee. So I might go ahead and grab it and see if it'll do the job. All right, let's see if the mid-torque 3/8 gun will get it. and no issues at all. Took it right out of there. So 600 foot-pounds doesn't break a sweat. 220 is not enough. So while we're talking about new toys, this is another new toy I got from Milwaukee. Acme Tool the other week had a too good to pass up sale once again. A BOGO with this 9-inch fuel cutoff saw, and you got a free water, what was it called? Milwaukee calls it the switch tank, water transfer tank, to go along with the saw. I think it was like $1,400 worth of stuff for like $869 or something, and I got 2 more 12-volt batteries, which I did need some 12-volt batteries, so it was worth it to me. I needed it for cutting into a cement slab. It's normally got a masonry concrete blade on it, but it does come with a 9-inch metal cutoff wheel as well. I needed it for cutting into a slab on a house I'm helping build with Habitat for Humanity. So also needed it for my house because I'm gonna have to cut out window openings in the brickwork in that house because it does not have regular size windows. I had to order custom windows, so I'm probably just gonna end up cutting out more. But also we got the metal blade on it, so let's try it out here on this mangled cross member that needs to go on this Outback anyway. Did have an idea of seeing if I could cut an entire car in half with this metal cutoff saw. I've got a 97 Impreza Outback Sport that is titleless, rusty, and is an empty shell at this point. So no good. So thinking about cutting that car in half. Leave in the comments below if you want to see me cut an Impreza in half with this cutoff saw. So let's see what it does to this radiator support. Well, that was quick work if I do say so myself. That is a lot faster than a regular handheld grinder. I'm pretty sure and pretty confident this would cut right through a car. So let's get out the 3/4 gun, play with it a little bit. All right guys, so we're here with the Fuel 3/4 gun, 2-inch socket. Hopefully you can see that. Sorry about the video. It's the middle of the day, not the best time to film. Lighting is horrible. This is a 2-inch nut. This is on the front axle of my International Farmall 766 tractor. I'm gonna see what it'll do against the 3/4. And she whipped her right off of there. No problem. Well, let's see what else we can break loose on the tractor and the bulldozer with this big 3/4 gun. All right, got a little bit of a shady spot finally. This is 1 1/8 inch. These are the wheel nut bolts that attach the rim to the wheel itself. This is, if I recall correctly, it's a 34-inch wheel. Not sure the torque on these nor the last time they were removed, but let's see what it'll do with these 1 1/8 inch fasteners. No problem at all. Whips them right off of there. Yep, no problem for this gun. And we're running an XC 8.0 battery on it. Those of you that might be curious. All right, so this 3/4 impact isn't just for farm equipment and earth movers. We can use it for a few fasteners on Subarus, but not many. So 32 mil socket, of course, CV axle nut. This car, before you come at me for moving this with the car on the ground, the wheel bearing and hub are both shot, and the axle is no good on this car. It was a $200 parts car. So taking the torque loose and running it back in with the impact isn't gonna hurt anything because it's already trash anyway. So like nothing, of course, but the fuel 1/2-inch gun will take these nuts off like they're nothing too. Didn't even bother to unstake it. So yeah, we do have a few automotive uses, but not too terribly many. Probably see more use on like my Duramax dually than the Subarus, of course. Although, as I said, the fuel 1/2-inch is probably more than adequate for anything I need to do on that as well. Probably won't need to move up to the 3/4, but it was on sale and I'm a tool nut and I wanted it, so I bought it. Do I kind of regret it? Maybe a little, because I foresee me not getting to use it very much, but I'm one of those people that would fall into the camp of I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So if I ever run across a fastener that the 1/2-inch don't want to take off, hopefully the 3/4 will get it. Or if I ever start becoming a heavy-duty diesel technician, I've got a bigger gun for that kind of work. Well, that does it for this video. I know it really wasn't much to do about anything other than talking about the new shop and playing with some power tools. Probably going to do a more in-depth video later on about the 3/4 impact. Might do a follow-up video on the right angle impact after I get some more use into it. And hopefully next week we'll have another repair video, maybe continuing on air conditioning. As I said before, I want to do a whole series on it, but the last video wasn't taken quite so well. It got about 2,000 views in a week, so, you know, not so much I'm trying to target things that are going to get views, but I want to make videos that you guys are interested in and want to watch. So if you've got any ideas for future videos, things you want to see, leave them in the comments below. But always remember that I am limited in what I can film based on what vehicles I have on hand, what vehicles I can get my hands on, and what issues I can get my hands on to show repair of or diagnosis at the time. So it's not like I can just magically, you know, appear any make, model, vehicle and any problem to film something for you guys. I wish I could, but you know, I can't. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.